right, so now for our next technique, we're going to start to go into the headquarters position. A lot of you are familiar with the headquarters. We talked about it a lot with the ultimate pressure passing system for the gi. It's one of my favorite positions to really set up all my passes and look for all the options that he's given me from on bottom. We can also kind of take a look at what sort of guard game they're looking to play as well from this position. So it's a great place to be to give us time to think about what our next move is going to be. All right. So we're going to say that we got into this headquarters. All right. You already looked at how one of my favorite passes when we set him down and we're kind of on the outside. All right. Always look to take advantage of that moment using the double ankle control. All right, to go into the series we just covered. However, sometimes I'm just going to want to come in, slow him down, and start to look at all my passing from the headquarters position. Okay, so let's get to look on that. Same thing here. I pushed him down. Maybe I couldn't get that second ankle, or maybe I just wanted to come in and start to set up my headquarters. Either way is fine. Okay, so I already have this one ankle. Now I'm going to look for his knee, and I'm going to take my step in. You see how I guide this heel to his butt and make sure that as I come in, it's already between my legs. All right? So by the time I get my hand to his hip, I can already start to sit down on this ankle here. Okay? Let's go in the front here. So once again, we pushed him down. Now instead of going to our kind of throwing of the legs, we're going to come in. All right, look how deep I step my foot. So I have this pressure against the back of his leg. My hand's going to go to his hip. And now I'm going to start to sit on this ankle. Okay? Establishing our headquarters position. All right? Now, we're still going to look at a lot of the same passes that we can utilize with the gi. But you're going to see the transition game come involved a lot. Okay? So I'm inside. I'm going to kind of control the outside of his knee. The first pass I'm going to go for is the X pass. All right? So on this one here, I'm going to take a little step, start to raise up a little bit, use my hand on his hip here and his ribs, kick my right leg back, pass this leg over, and start to come down, with my wall around the outside of his leg. Now you'll notice this position can bring up all the same options at what we just looked at from our throwing of the legs. Okay? So of course, I can come in, look to get control of his head, and take side control. However, because of the nature of no gi, how much he can move and slide and try to, scramble, I'm always going to be ready in case he gets out to his side from this spot of looking for the arm, going to the darce, any one of those variations there, or looking to step around the head. So you're going to want, like I said before, you're going to want to combine all those transitions that we just covered into every pass that we're doing. All right, so at that point, it could really go a number of different directions depending on how they react and what sort of attacks are your favorite go-to attacks. Okay, so off this X pass, I highly recommend when you're drilling this to drill the transitions to the darce and spinning around the head for the back. Pick your favorite ones that you can combine into all your passes. That way, you're not just doing one move at a time, but you're bridging together sequences of moves where we're really going to put that whole pressure aspect into effect, okay? They can never defend it all at once, and one way or another, we're going to get what we're looking for, all right? So, once again, we sit him down, we start to get inside into our headquarters position here, sitting on that ankle. Maybe I see his arms are up high, he's trying to control my head, things like this. I can always fight these hands off, kind of move them around, all right? And then when I'm ready, immediately raise up, kick your leg back, get into the X pass position, and now I'm looking to see how he reacts. If he comes into me, I can get the darce, I will. Maybe I'll use the 180 around the head, look to take the back, do any of the options that we've already covered. Okay? One more time. Put him down, step in, start to get into our headquarters position. I see the opening for the X pass, basically meaning he's not holding my ankle. Okay, at that time I'm ready to go. Hands on the hip, hand on the knee, raise up a little bit, kick your leg back, pass that over, and from here, all the same transitions that we just covered can apply at that moment. So make sure to bridge all those moves together and be ready for the transition at that moment when he's looking to fight the guard pass. Okay? So this is a great pass to, always be wary of. If they're not holding that ankle, it's X pass time, all right? And then from there, be ready for all the transitions and look for that submission while they're defending the pass.